This month, October, as two bonds reopened for an auction that will happen on 9th October 2024. The first bond that we have already analyzed is the FXD1 2016-10. Today, we are analyzing or looking into the facts relating to the reopened FXD1 2022-10. That means that FXD1 would mean that this is a fixed coupon bond that is being reopened for investment for the first time, and 2022, that is the original year that this bond was issued, and that amounts to 2.4 years back, and 10 was the maximum horizon for this particular bond, and so it means this bond has already aged by 2.4 years, and therefore it has a remainder of 7.6 years to maturity, and that is the period to which we are investing in this particular reopened bond. The bond pays a coupon of 13.490%, and this being a fixed coupon bond, it attracts the withholding tax on the interest or coupons payable, and the bond having a maturity of 10 or more years, it attracts a 10% withholding tax on coupon, and that means that we will be enjoying a net coupon of 12.14% or 12.141%. That is when you take the coupon or the gross coupon of 13.490 and subject it to a 10% withholding tax, which will come to 1.349, and that leaves us with a net coupon of 12.141%. Consequently, if we use an example of an investor who puts in a face value of 100,000, it means that this investor will enjoy a gross coupon of 13,490, and when we subject it to a 10% withholding tax of 1,349 shillings, then the net amount that will be wired to the settlement account of this investor will amount to 12,141 shillings. That is with 10% tax having deducted. That also means that because bonds pay 2 times a year its coupon, then this particular investor will be getting an amount of 6,070.5 shillings. Bonds paying biannually, this particular reopened bond is paying its coupons in May and November each year. May and November each year. So that means that this bond reopened, auctioned on 9th October, and as a value date of 14th October. Bond paying coupons in November, it means that this bond will have a period of less than a month before we receive the first coupon of 6,070 shillings. That then speaks to the period over which this bond has accrued. Accrued interest is very important, a factor to consider when you are investing in reopened bonds. This bond paying coupons in May and November being reopened in October, it means that the previous coupon payment happened in May, and therefore being October, this bond has already accrued the interest for a period of 5 months, or an average of 154 days. When you calculate the interest or the accrued interest on this particular bond, we will take the coupon of 13.490. We will divide this coupon by 364 days to get the interest per day, or the coupon per day, or yield per day. Then multiply by the number of days that this bond has accrued interest, that is 154 days, and that will give us a 5.7073 to be the accrued interest on this bond per 100 shillings. And this is the figure that has been computed and given as per the prospectus. What happens with the accrued interest? This accrued interest is loaded on the price that or the amount that you're supposed to pay for the bond, because the new investors through the reopening of this bond have to be matched or equal to the original investors in the particular bond, so that all other factors would the bonds coupons will be relayed to all investors as if they paid or they acquired this investment from the original issue. For that reason, you are required to pay, or your price for this bond, the amount you pay will include the accrued interest, which will now be paid back to you in the next coupon payment, which is happening 28 days from the value date. So the coupons shall be paid in November. That also speaks to the dirty price for this particular bond or a reopened bond. Generally, bonds will be sold or auctioned at a discount, at par, or at a premium. At par is when a bond will be issued for the first time. But when a bond is reopened, it will attract either a discounted price or a premium price, or a price at a premium. This discounting happens when we compare the market interest rate, which is the market interest rate of a 364-day Treasury bill, and as per the results by CBK, this is the market interest rate for 364 days, that is 16.799%, compared with the coupon rate for this particular bond, which is given as 13.90. It means that the prevailing market interest rate is higher than the coupon rate for this particular bond. And then what it means is that a natural investor would want to invest in instruments that yield the market interest rate, and for that reason, in order to make this bond attractive, the government or the CBK has to compensate us as investors for the opportunity cost or for the returns that we shall forego in the market in order for us to patronize this reopened bond. For that reason, we'll be purchasing this bond at a price that is lower than the face value or the par value. The difference between the price that we shall be paying and what is supposed to be the par price or the face price, that will be the discount. We are getting a discount as a compensation for the yields that we shall forego in the market in order for us to patronize this investment. So when the reopened instrument has coupons or yields that are lower than the prevailing market interest, that instrument will be reopened at a discount. If the instruments reopened are at an interest rate that is a coupon rate that is higher than the prevailing market rates, that bond will be sold at a premium. That said, when you take the accrued interest and you add it to the clean prices are the values as per the projections in the prospectus. You take the accrued interest, add to the clean price, you get another price that we call a dirty price. The dirty price is the one that is used to determine the amount that we shall pay for the investment. So the investment price or the amount that you shall pay or invest in this one shall be determined with consideration of the accrued interest and the clean prices as per the weighted averages through the bidding process. Once the clean price has been determined through the bidding process, and that's why we call it a market determined yield, it shall be added onto it the accrued interest to get the price that will determine what we are supposed to pay for those investments. And that's why you are supposed to wait until the auction is over, or concluded on 9th October. Once the results are out, that is the time you'll be communicated on the amount that you're supposed to pay, and that will happen on 11th October. That is on a Friday as usual. Bonds auctions will happen on Wednesdays. Then the information or the results are communicated on a Friday. Then you will be required to wire your payments to CBK on Monday by closing on a Monday. And that is exactly what happens also when coupons are being paid. Coupons will always be wired on a Monday by afternoon. So the same happens when the settlements are being, or the payments are being done. Auctions on a Wednesday in the afternoon. Results are communicated on a Friday. Then you are expected to have cleared or wired your investment payments by Monday. So as a summary, this reopened auction, the bidding process is supposed to begin from 25th September and close on 9th October at 10 a.m. During this period, you have enough time to open a CSD account, have it approved, make your bids, and that has to happen before 10 a.m. of 9th October. After that, in the afternoon of the same day, Wednesday 9th October, that is when the auction will conclude or will run and conclude. Then on Friday, 11th October, that is when the results will be relayed. That is when CBK will communicate to you the specific amount that you are supposed to pay for your investment. And that shall be done through your DAO-ZSD account transaction tab, and it will also be relayed to you via an SMS through your mobile number that you registered in your DAO-ZSD account. Once that has been done on Friday, that opens the payment period, which is supposed to begin from immediately on Friday. You have it Saturday through Sunday, then on Monday. That is 14th October. That is when the payments conclude, and it being the value date, that is when the information shall be, or your investment shall be updated in your DAO-ZSD account, portfolio account. When you open your DAO-ZSD account, the front page or the first page that you see, that is your portfolio page, which has the portfolio and the valuation. So that page will get updated on 14th October once the auction has concluded and all the payments have been received. Immediately after that, then these bonds will be offloaded to the secondary market for trading. Thank you for watching.